We begin with breaking news. Pictures from the scene of an explosion at the Schumann metal manufacturing plant in Oakwood Village. Several crews were called to the explosion and subsequent fire. We have team coverage from the scene and Metro Health, where several victims were taken. And we thank you for joining us this evening.
I'm Christy Paulin for Laura Queso, and we do have some new information coming into our newsroom this hour.
Lydia Esparra begins our team coverage. She's live now with what we're learning at this hour. Lydia, good evening to you.
Before 3 o'clock, and you can see there are still crews here on the scene. Let me give you an example of how bad this really was. The debris field went over 100 yards. You can see it here in my hand. Here are some of the little bricks, and then you can see these big things that came off the building. There were employees inside working at the time. The explosion so massive, there was a crater in the roof of that building. Now, we're told 13 people are injured, and they were, as you mentioned, taken to Metro Health Medical Center. Now, right now, we also do not know what the cause of that fire is. I did talk to an employee that was inside that building. He has more to tell us, and that'll be coming up tonight on What's Next. But in the meantime, 13 people are injured, and this happened shortly before 3. And we are waiting again to hear from the fire department what they think caused this massive, massive explosion. Back to you.
Lydia, I know you've been there for a while. How would you describe the scene? Was it chaotic? What word would you use?
Well, I don't want to minimize what had happened here, but it was like a zombie apocalypse. People were walking around, going to the fire department, help me, help me. They were covered in blood. I interviewed that man. He was walking to get back to his car. He was in shock. No one obviously ever expects anything like this to happen, but that's why so many people are injured and so many people went to Metro, because they deal with fire injuries, and that's why they went there. But it was not a good scene here, Russ.
Okay. Lydia Esparra, thank you so much.
Now, several patients from the explosion are being treated at local hospitals. Isabel Lawrence is continuing our live team coverage from Metro Health this hour. Isabel, what are you learning about some of these people?
Good evening, Russ and Christy. I'm outside Metro Health's main campus in Cleveland this evening, where I'm told by their teams that there are several patients from that explosion being treated here right now. They let me know they're not sure if any more will be coming, but they are, of course, equipped to help any more who do arrive this evening. Meanwhile, we know that Ahuja Medical Center is currently treating 7 patients from the explosion. 6 arrived there via ambulance. 1 arrived there on their own. And as Lydia just mentioned earlier, we know at this point at least 13 people injured in this explosion, with a fire captain on scene telling us multiple people have burn injuries. At least 1 person this evening is in critical condition. Again, we are waiting on the latest details on the conditions and extent of the injuries for those being treated both here at Metro Health as well as at Ahuja Medical Center. Christine, Ross?
Yeah, Isabel, and thinking about these families who, you get that call and you just think about what they're going through right now. Hopefully they're getting the answers they need. Isabel Lawrence, we appreciate it. Thank you.
The ACA is not the first time there have been issues at the Schumann company. Investigator Marissa Sines now joins us live from the scene. She has a closer look at an incident from the early 2000s. Marissa, what can you tell us?
Russ, good evening to you. Just as you mentioned, this is not the first time an event of this nature has taken place by this company at this exact location. I want to show you some video back from 2006. Some of our file video that we have, that's when crews responded to an explosion here at the Schumann company, again here on Alexander Drive. Now, fire officials had told us, again back from 2006, that 5 workers were hurt when molten metal caused that explosion. Now, our reports from, again, our file video and our file reports tell us that none of the injuries were serious, but whenever we spoke to the fire captain earlier today, we asked him if this explosion could have been from the same elements for the same reason. He told us that there is a further investigation will tell us that. So right now we just aren't sure, but certainly there have been a number of people here who have been injured, more than double from last time, again back in 2006. So we'll continue to follow this and do more digging into what exactly caused this scene here tonight. Russ.
Okay, more to come. Marissa Sines, thank you.